In last week's video, I started working on the very worst space in my house, and that was the garage. The goal is to turn it into a workshop where I can have all of my tools displayed and have space to work. But before I could do that, I needed to clean it out completely, which took quite a while. After that was done, I added some cabinets for more storage and also some pegboard so I can display all of my tools and hopefully keep it organized. And then I added a shelf between the two cabinets so I could have a stand for my miter saw and not have to be on the ground all of the time. And then added all of the tools onto the pegboard, and that is where we left off. So let's get to work in this week's video. Okay, this is where we left off for last video. Got all of this done behind me, the tools, everything organized. So spent a couple days getting everything organized, putting things in the bottom of these cabinets, and it's provided so much more desperately needed storage for all of my stuff. But I did mention in the first video that I wanted as much storage as possible, specifically closed storage, because I don't want sawdust getting all over every single thing, like our camp chairs that we bring to the soccer games for my kids, grabbing those to go on a Saturday morning and they're like full of sawdust. So that's what I'm trying to avoid. So I'm thinking we could do tons of storage on this back wall right here because we can go floor to ceiling. We can't on this whole wall because we have the garage door right there. We also have to be able to access the electrical panel and everything. So I think this is the best wall. And the goal is to be able to get all of this stuff into this closed storage. Now, it's a really simple build. We're basically building this, but on a bigger scale with plywood. I'm using 2x3s, but this is not anchored into the wall. The new one will be anchored into the wall, and the goal is to have doors on the front of it and close it up on the side so we can put everything in there, close it, it doesn't look cluttered and doesn't get full of sawdust. So the first thing that I need to do is get all of this down, empty out these cabinets, and remove these cabinets so we can start with a blank slate. Okay, everything's down on the back wall except for these two boards. I am using the bottom one kind of as a guide because it is level, and I'm gonna put a board underneath that. Got tons of these 2x3s that are gonna be the main structure of our cabinets. It's not typical cabinets like plywood cabinets, so because I'm gonna build them for a lot less expensive than that. So I'm gonna start adding in the basically back supports. There's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, and then we'll go from there. Okay, I've got the back boards up, and what I am doing now is creating the front face frame for the boards. I'm doubling up just temporarily. I'm putting another 2x3 on the front of these, and I'm making sure that they are at the exact same height, because this is how I'm going to create the front. It'll all make sense whenever you see me do it, and then it'll be level and even once I put the plywood on. So just what you need to know for now is I'm screwing another 2x3 to the front of those in the studs. Okay, remember when I told you we were going to temporarily put this front part against there so everything could be even? Now it's time to take that off, and we're going to pull it forward. And I've cut all of these boards right here and added pocket holes to them, because this is going to be the width of our shelves. So you're going to have the back piece, then it's going to go like this, then we'll attach this front piece to the shelf like that. And I cut them to 21 inches because this is 1.5 inches, that back one is 1.5 inches for a total of 24. So I could use one sheet of plywood ripped in half to cover the sides and not have a bunch of like extra material. So I'm gonna go ahead and unscrew this front piece right here, and then we'll start attaching. Okay, the base is all done. I mean, this thing is super strong. It's all in studs. It is not going anywhere. Like, this is super solid. So now we just need to add the shelves, the tops of the shelves, which is just I'm using OSB because it's cheaper than plywood, and I don't super care what the inside of this thing looks like because it's gonna get beat up in the garage. I'm gonna make the outside look as nice as I can, but the inside I'm not super worried about. Okay, it's the next day. shelves are all built, and remember I said I wanted to do closed storage, so I need to enclose these shelves so sawdust doesn't get all over everything. So I've got these 3/4 inch strips of plywood that I'm going to use as doors. I got them ripped down at Lowe's to make it easier on myself. So I'm going to be attaching those to the front of the shelves to make like double doors in each section. So you'll be able to pull each open, and I need to add hinges to each one. So I've got these soft close concealed hinges, and the best way that I have found to attach these is to use this jig from Craig. It helps you, like, it has different settings and helps you align exactly where you need to drill. It even has 2 little holes right here for the screws, so you can go ahead and drill holes there, and then you'll use this piece right here, and that's what actually drills this big circle hole that you need for the hinge to sit into. So before I can attach the doors to the shelves, I need to create kind of a face frame. I've got vertical boards that stick out further here. So at the top, I need to add boards. I've added one right here. That's what the door is going to rest against. Now I may need to add one down here. We'll see, but I'm gonna try it without it first. And if it's kind of unbalanced, then I'll go back and add one. Okay, the fronts, the doors are on the cabinets, but the sides are still wide open here. So I just grabbed some 1/4 inch plywood that I'm gonna shoot in with a nail gun. I did add a little bit of support here just so I could have something to nail to when I nail the 1/4 inch plywood in. Okay, it's a couple days later, and I spent all day yesterday getting these cabinets organized. Let me show you. So I was able to fit everything from these shelves plus a good bit into this cabinet. So this is my main kind of DIY cabinet, and I'm so excited about it. It's got all of my stuff organized. I even went through with my little label maker, paint samples and stain and top coat, and then up here plumbing and electrical and jigs. I've got all of my paint, all of my spray paint, just everything that I need, drywall, caulk. It's all separated into storage bins, so hopefully it makes it a lot easier to find what I'm looking for. And then for these other two here, I've just got our camp chairs and ice chests, and then also lawn stuff and just things that we need, but I still have tons of space to put additional stuff. But the cabinets are not done yet. there's this gap here at the top that's just gonna collect sawdust. So I wanna close that up completely. And then also, these doors are made out of plywood. And I know they're just garage cabinets, but like they have these little areas on the side here where they're not finished. And some of them have like holes like that. So I want to go through with some wood filler and just lightly fill it so it's more smooth, and then that can be sanded so when we eventually paint these cabinets it'll look a lot nicer. Okay, everything is caulked and wood filled and sanded and ready for paint. This looks so much better up here going all the way to the ceiling because I don't have to worry about sawdust getting up there and just collecting over time. So I need you guys' opinion. Originally, I was thinking that I would do the color Cyberspace by Sherwin-Williams because I fell in love with that color when I used it in my main bathroom makeover. But when I was organizing my shelves, I found some light gray paint that's actually really high quality paint that I could use for these cabinets. So what would you guys do? I'm trying to see if I should stick to a budget and just use what I have, or if I should do the dark navy blue. So let me know down in the comments. Next week, we will be painting the cabinets and the miter saw station that I did, and hopefully finishing up this garage. So make sure that you guys are subscribed. Let me know what you think so far down in the comments, and I will see you guys then. Bye.